Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we're going to be adding in some light hand weights to add a little bit of extra challenges to some more traditional Pilates Matwork exercises. And then we'll do some non-Pilates exercises with the upper body just to get into those areas just a little bit better. So I recommend maybe a couple weights depending on how comfortable you are with using weights. So I've got a set of two 2 pounds and a set of two 5 pounds. So I will show you how you can combine those together to make them heavier on some exercises. If 1 pound is all you've got, that's fine. I don't recommend anything over 6 pounds though. And if you don't have weights, bags of beans, bags of rice, plastic bottled water, cans will all do well. I don't recommend anything in a glass bottle because if you accidentally drop it and it breaks, then you've got a dangerous mess that you now have to clean up and maybe barefoot and all that kind of stuff. So nothing glass. Otherwise, we will get started. And I also have a little pad here that I like to use for roll downs and roll ups. So if you like to bring that in, you can too. So from here, I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Good. I'm pressing through the outer edges of the feet, but I'm in all four corners of the feet. I'm going to take a big inhale and reach. And exhale, turning palms away, grow taller from crown to tail as I come down. My knees are a little soft and I'm zipped up and in. Big inhale and exhale. Let's go again. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good, let's pick that up. Let's get in a side bend. As you do the side bend, try to keep the hips even. Not that this is necessarily wrong, but I want something a little bit deeper as you take this side bend. Keep this top arm nice and long as well. So just keeps all the connection going. Big inhale, exhale, coming back up. Other side, big inhale, exhale, and reach. And then we'll take that up. Take a big inhale, exhale, and we'll bend those knees and pressing through the hips and the heels. Now you don't have to take this as deep as me. You just go to where you're comfortable. Hips will not come lower than the knees. Good. And then from here, I'm just going to take hands to the waist. I'm going to let my hips move with me as I rotate. Notice how my knees are also moving with me as I rotate here. Good. Now, if that's where you need to stay there a little bit harder. Keep hips forward and rotate. It keeps it in the torso. Good. And let's get into some squats. So I'm going to come to my heavier weights because squats are a little bit more lower body. I'm going to squat down here and pick these up. Good. I'm going to take my legs out wider and hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out away from the body. So for right now, I'm just going to have my weights right in front. And then I'm going to really get into the glutes as I squat and press. Squat, press through the heel. Press through the heel. And squat. Notice how I'm not leaning forward here in a squat. Good. So try to stay upright as best as you can. Good. Now from here, let's take a little bit of a pulse. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift back up. From here, let's take the weight right through the shoulders and we'll squat. We'll come up and we'll push and back down and squat. Press through the hips and push. Squat. Push. Squat. Push. One more time. Squat and push. Good. From here, gently let those come down. I'm going to take my feet back in. I'm going to kind of squat down here to put my weight to the side, and we're going to make our way down to the floor. So actually, we're going to do a couple things before we come to the floor. So for this one, legs can be hip width apart. You can zip them together. You can be in the V. We're going to do 2 roll downs here. So I'm zipped up nice and tight in that front body. I'm standing up against my imaginary wall. Arms are just free at my side. I'm going to nod the chin. Belly button is in. And I'm rolling down. I'm trying to peel down bone by bone. Better to bend the knees than to hinge the hips back. Good. And then once you're ready, inhale, exhale. Press into the legs and the feet. Make them take the load, not the back, as you come all the way back up. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, nodding. Rolling. Good. And pressing back up. Stacking bone by bone. Good. Now from here, separate the feet. Squat to pick up your heavy weights again. And we're going to do this into a little bit of a deadlift here now that we're a little bit more open. I'm just going to kind of come a little bit more forward just so you can see. So I've got my weights. You can keep them in separate hands, or you can take them together here, holding them like that. Doesn't really matter. Feet are about hip width apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take this down. Now my hips will come behind the ankles here, but I'm going to keep a long back. So belly button is in, soft knees. I'm squeezing the glutes as I press up. Squeeze. And taking it back down. Squeeze. 2, 3. Belly button is in. Keep a nice long back. 4, 5. And last one. 6. Good. From here, you can come back to the edge of your mat. I'm going to squat to lower my weight. And we're going to come down to some Pilates push-ups. So continuing with this, finding hip width apart together, or Pilates V. Big inhale, exhale, nod. Rolling that down. Good. Going where you can go. Walk those hands out. Find your plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded. Elbows turn forward. Halfway down and push 1. Push 2. Bent knees or long legs as you walk it back. Good. Walking that all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, nod the chin. You can even walk it down the hand or the legs here. Walking it out. Good. Finding your point. Elbows forward. Halfway. And push. Halfway and push. Let's come down. Find a little child pose. Once you're ready, good. We're going to take this into some cat-cows, continuing to loosen up the back just a little bit here. Knees are about hip width apart, spreading the fingers nice and wide. I'm going to press away from the floor, so I'm protracted. Belly button is in. Inhale, chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back, nice cow. Exhale, round, look towards the thighs into cat. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Good. From here, let's take that right into a thread the needle. Left arm's going to come out. I'm going to thread that behind the right. Then I'm going to come down. My hips are over my knees. Good. I've only got the very tip top of my head touching. My ear is not touching the floor at all. I'm using my right hand and shoulder to help me stay here. So I want a nice long line from crown to tail. If your ear is pressing into the floor, you do not have a long line from crown to tail. And then from here, I'm going to press up and come back. Let's take that to the other side. Right arm comes out. It's going to thread behind the left arm here, coming down. Good. Hips over the knees. Use your left hand and shoulder to help you keep a nice long neck, nice alignment. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, good, we'll come out of there. Good. Take a real quick little cat or cow and a cat. Good. Okay. So I'm going to reach behind me here. I'm going to get one light weight. So for me, that's going to be 2 pounds. You can also do this with no weight as well. And we're going to go into an opposite arm leg balance using the weight in our hands. So just to kind of start here, I'm going to put that weight in front of me. Let's take the left leg back, pressing into big toe and pinky toe mounts. All toes are on the mat. Good. Letting that left hip drop slightly. That evens up the pelvis. Belly button is in. Good. It's nice to stretch sometimes. Good. Now from here, when you're ready, I'm going to come forward. Good. I'm going to lift the leg, not so high that I dip. But I'm going to lift. Now my right hand's going to grab my weight. Good. And then from here, palm is facing towards me. I'm going to lift and tap. Lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, hold, 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 and taking that down. Good. You can come back and decompress here for a moment. We're going to take that to the other side. So planting the hands, my right leg is going to come back now. Big toe and pinky toe mound are going to plant into that floor, pressing that right heel behind me, letting that right hip dip just a little bit. Breathing and expanding. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Now, I'm going to take the weight in my opposite hand. You can lift that leg. Careful not to dip into the back here. Belly button is in. Good. And we'll lift. And here we go. We're going to tap, squeeze, and lift. 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 Hold, hold, hold. Still breathe, though. Don't hold the breath. And then we'll take that down. We'll come back, little child's pose. Good. When you're ready, we're going to move this weight out of the way. And we're going to come onto our back. And before I come onto my back, I'm going to get a drink of water first. Good. Feel that froggy throat coming on. And then we're going to grab your heavier weights if you've got 2 sets. Otherwise, just grab your weight. Take my hair clip out here. All right. So from here, let's kind of roll the shoulders back just a little bit. Take your feet as wide as the mat, and the belly button is in. And just let the knees go side to side here. Good, and then once you're ready, I'm going to bring the feet, hips, and knees back in alignment here. And we're going to go into pelvic tilting. So not the clock today, just pelvic tilting, the forward and the back. So zipping up through that front body. Good. From your safe neutral, I'm going to take this back to the posterior tilt, meaning I'm taking the pubic bone back towards my face. Maybe space underneath your closes when I do that. And then I'm going to rock it forward, taking the hip bones forward, maybe creating some space underneath here. So that's your anterior tilt. This is the posterior tilt. Rocking forward and back. And try to avoid pressing into the feet or squeezing the glutes. Let's actually try that a different way. Let's take the knees into the tabletop position. Now go forward and back. Woo! More challenging. Good. And then from here, we'll just let the feet come back down. Good. From your neutral spine, we're going to do one bridge without weight, and then we're going to add them in. So rolling the shoulders back, pressing shoulders and arms into the floor. You're also going to press into the feet. I'm going to rock that pelvis back, and I'm going to peel up bone by bone into my bridge. And then when I'm ready, starting from the mid-back, I'm going to lower through the rib cage, through the lumbar, through the sacrum, and back to safe neutral. Okay, so you're welcome to stay with those if that's all you want today. Otherwise, take your weight. This time it's going to be a little bit harder because you've got to hold your weight here. Okay, so you don't have your arms to press in, you've just got your shoulders now. So from here, when you're ready, rocking the pelvis back, peeling up bone by bone. And then we'll roll down bone by bone. Nice, slow, and controlled. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to change things up. Rocking it back, peeling it up. staying with breath, and then slowly lowering that down, bone by bone, and coming back down here. Good. Now, again, make sure your feet are not too far away or too close to the glute. You want to kind of have them like Goldilocks, just right. So now we're just going to lift straight up and straight down. So belly button is in nice and tight, pressing into the feet. Lift up, squeezing the glute, and lower down. Lift and squeeze, and lower. 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 And lift and squeeze, and lower. Good. From here, we're going to add on again. So you can lift up. Good. From here, we're going to come halfway down, squeeze and lift, halfway down, squeeze and lift, halfway down, squeeze and lift, halfway down, squeeze and lift. Staying here, right hip and left hip and 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 right hip and left hip. And nice and easy. And rolling that back down. Good. From here, when you're ready, release those weights. Take those knees into the chest. Rock, 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 side to side. That should feel really good. And once you're ready, feet are going to come back down. We're going to do a couple chest lifts here and go right into abdominal series. So from here, I'm going to take hands behind me on this one. Elbows out wide. Belly button is in. Inhale. Exhale as I nod the chin and C curve. I'm trying to come high enough where I lift the shoulder blades off the floor and I'm looking towards my thighs. And then I'm going to lower that back down. And then I'll go again. Inhale. Exhale. Nod the chin. Rolling that up. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And rolling that back down. And then when you're ready, let's take that a little bit more challenging now. Reaching that right leg long. Inhale. Exhale. C curve it up. Hold there. And we're going to bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Reach, reach, reach. And lower that back down. We'll take that to the other side. So left leg's going to reach nice and long. Big inhale. Exhale. And we're going to lift up and reach. Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Still breathing. Bend and reach. And bend and reach. And lowering that back down. Bending that knee. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. So going into hundreds, feet can stay on the floor. You can be in tabletop. You can be in long diagonal line. Most challenge, take it into a Pilates V position. You can also do V at tabletop knees as well. Okay, so I'm going to start right there. Arms are going to come up, zipping up that front body. Big inhale, exhale again. Try to lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Really lift up there. Reach long and strong. Hip, toes, or an arm to fingertips. And we'll start pumping. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through those arms. And take that down. Woo. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. All right. Let's take this into our series of 5. So we're taking a little bit of break from the weights right now. The series of 5. Knees are in tabletop position. Good. Arms are going to come up. I'm going to lift up again, nice and high. Good. One knee's going to come in. I'm going to reach here. This is for alignment purposes. And the other leg is going to really reach long. And hips stay grounded. And here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring that down. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We'll take head and neck. from side to side. All right. Single straight leg stretch. I'm going to start with my left leg long, right leg is up. I'm going to see curve up again. Good. I'm going to give a tug and switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, getting harder. And 8. And take that down. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Maybe taking head and neck from side to side if you need to do that. Double leg stretch, double leg stretch. So again, you can do this when you reach your legs long in parallel. It's going to be a little harder if you do it into out and an external rotation, that Pilates V. So you choose your challenge. But from here, I'm going to exhale and come up. And here I go. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo, my abs are starting to feel it now. I hope your abs are too. Double straight leg stretch. So again, you can come up here, legs in parallel or Pilates V. Upper body can be grounded, or you can lift up into the C curve. Okay, so you choose where you want to be. I think I'm going to keep my upper body grounded on this one. But from here, we're zipped up nice and tight. When you're ready, you're going to inhale on the down. Watch that pelvis. It stays in neutral. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Bringing that back in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. From here is the crisscross. So this is where we're going to get into the waistline here, the oblique. Remember, when you're doing crisscross, you're leading with the shoulder, not from the elbow. So elbow's not coming this way. Elbow stays wide, and both hips are anchored. So hips don't rock side to side. Your legs are going to move just like they do in single straight leg stretch. Hands behind the head. Good. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm going to come up towards the right and switch. And 2. And 3. And inhale. And exhale. And 5. And 4. Lift a little higher. And 3. And 2. Woo! And 1. A little bit more on the crisscross. We probably all needed that today. I know I did. Let's take the soles of the feet together here for a little bit of a stretch. This will feel really good if you did the Pilates V and some of these, especially if you're not used to it. Kelly felt the real special sensation in the mid thigh, mid inner thigh to be more precise. Good. And then once you're here, good. Let's take the knees into tabletop, making sure my weights are not in the way. And we're going to come into a twist. So belly button is in. Just take those knees over to the right, looking to the left. And when you're ready, one leg at a time, or using your abs to bring you back there, take those knees over to the left, look to the right, breathe and expand. And we're going to take this into some stretches now. So bringing this into center. So just coming to a nice hamstring stretch. The left leg can be bent. It can be long. Take your hands behind the right leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go here. Pointing and flexing through that foot. Maybe even rolling the ankles around just a little bit here. Then when you're ready, good, holding on to your foot or your toe or the outside of this leg. Take that leg out to the side. Both hips stay grounded. This inner thigh stretch here. We'll come back up. Good. We're going to take this into some circles. So different circles for different people. Smaller circles are easier on the core, not necessarily easier on the leg. You can still get a good burn there. Larger circles, you might not get the burn, but it's harder on the core because you require more core control. So find what you need. Stay grounded. Arms can come to the side to help you if you need to. And when you're ready, we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you're going to bend the knees in and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we're going to take that whole thing on the left side. So right knee can be bent or long. Take your hands behind that other leg and we'll lift here. Upper body's grounded. You can point and flex. You can roll that ankle around. Find what feels good to you. I'm rolling my ankles in a circle. Keeping your foot still might be the best option for you. That's okay. This is my tighter side, so it's feeling especially nice today. Good. So to go to the side, stretch here. You can take the toe, you can take the foot. Hand can be somewhere on the outside of that leg for support. Both hips are grounded though, and we'll take that out. Good. And just breathe. These stretches that we're doing here with the hamstring, the forward and side, I recommend those daily. One that we didn't put in here is this crossover stretch, IT band stretch. That's a great one to do as well. So from here, good, we're going to go into the circle. Belly button is in nice and tight. Try to do the same kind of circle that you did on the other side. So if you did small on the other side, do small here. If you did large on the other side, try to do that here, just so that you train evenly on both sides. So from here, when you're ready, good, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring in both knees, rock, rock, side to side. Now we're going to roll like a ball here to come to his feet. We're going to do that with weight. There's a couple ways you can do it. You can use one weight, and if you're using heavier weights, I recommend 1. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take that weight, you're going to take it up here, and you're going to hold here as you rock back and forth. If you're using lighter weight, you could put them behind the knees and roll that way as well. Okay, so I had my heavy weight for that last one, so I'm just going to use 1. I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to rock. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. But I want a couple more. Here we go. 4 and 5. Maybe not a couple, maybe that, and coming back up. So from here, we're going to come into some seated lateral lifts. Seated lateral lifts. For these, I'm going to go to my lighter weight. But if you're really strong in the shoulder and don't have any problems, you can certainly use your heavier ones. But from here, my palms are facing me. I'm sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to lift no higher than the shoulders and lower. And 2 and lower. And exhale and inhale. And 4 and 5. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit tougher. Here's this. Come forward and open and take it down. Try not to let the chest pop forward. And 2, 3, 4. Getting tired now. 1 more. And take that down. Good. We're going to put these to the side. We're going to come to Sol series. So I'm going to do this one facing you today. So I want my legs, depending on where your mat is, you can take your feet as wide as your mat. So for me, that's going to be about like this if I was sitting the other way on my mat. But from here, arms are going to come out to the side. Both hips are going to stay grounded. And I'm going to get a side bend. And I'm just going to reach over. So try not to do a forward collapse here of the shoulders. So really open that up, moving through center. We'll take that to the other side. And moving through center one more time each side. Taking it over. I love side bends. I love how it feels in the top of my hip, in my mid back, and my rib cage when I breathe and expand. And we'll come back up. Breathing and expanding here gets into those intercostal muscles, those muscles between the ribs, muscles that are tight. They prevent us from not only breathing well, but twisting well. So try to get those nice and supple. From here, I'm going to take hands behind the head, and we're going to go into twist. So, and we'll do this with a pulse today. So nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders. Here's pulse, pulse, center, pulse, pulse, center, pulse, pulse, center, pulse, pulse, center. Going into full saw now, I'm going to rotate. I'm going to round and reach, and coming back up and rotate. Whoops, I need to be more forward. Rotate, round and reach. Try to saw the pinky toe off with the pinky finger, and coming back up and rotate and round and reach and back up and rotate and round and reach and come back up. Good. Roll those shoulders around, and then let's take them forward. Good. We're going to come into a Russian twist. So different things for different people. Again, one weight of any weight here is going to be easier. You want it to make it harder, you can combine two weights together. So if I combine my two twos together, that gives me 4. If I combine my 2 5s together, that gives me 10. That's what I'm going to do. But you do you. Good. So I'm going to kind of bend the knees here. I'm holding my weights. Good. I'm going to lean back a little bit. Okay. And you can also come back on the heels if you want to. Rolling shoulders back, belly button is in. We're going to do this 10 times. Okay. So here we go. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Taking that up. Let's just fold forward here. If you need to keep a flat back, just keep a flat back in the fold. Good. From here, I'm going to bring in my little pad for roll downs and roll ups. So from here, I'm going to make sure that that's nice in the lumbar. Unfortunately, I never really know where it needs to be until I lay down here. I think that's good. Okay. So from here, knees can be bent, legs can be long. You can go part way down or all the way down. Work in the method that you need to work in. Sitting up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulders, belly button is in. You're going to tilt the pelvis back as you scoop in that belly button. And then you're going to roll down, bone by bone. And then once you come down there, you can take arms all the way back if you want to. We're going to bring them back over the shoulders. Big inhale, exhale, nod the chin. Look for the feet, reach for the feet as you come up and come over. And then we can keep that C curve scoop. We'll go right into the next one. And coming back and inhale. I like this pause here because if you don't have it, people have a tendency to whip up, and that's all momentum, no core. So try not to do that. And we'll round. Good. Going right into the next one. We're going to do 2 more. 2 more. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Rolling right into the last one. Inhale. Exhale. and coming forward. Good. From here, we're going to roll this down. I don't need my pad there for the roll down portion. And we're going to come to our side series. So I'm going to grab one of my heavier weights here for the leg portion. We'll come to prone in a moment as we transition. I'm going to use my lighter weights for that one. You just kind of know where you can use what weight. But from here, I'm going to roll over onto my right side. So you can be up here. You can be here. You don't want to be this. See how the shoulders collapsing here? Same thing if you're going to be here, or you can come down here. Good. So I'm going to stack my hips, stacking my legs. I've got a nice long parallel stack. This is the most advanced way to do it. You can also bend that bottom knee if you need a little bit more stability there. So I'm going to take my weight and I'm going to put that weight right on top of my thigh. Good. And then from here, we're going to do these in 6s today because we've got weight. And so from here, whenever you're ready. Good. Here we go. We're going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to bend both knees actually. Good. So I've got my knee kind of at an angle coming down here. My weight is still on that thigh. And I'm going to kick up through that heel and come down. And I've got 5. Belly button is still in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Both knees are bent. We're going to take this into clam. So remember, you can do this way. I'm going to keep this grounded today. The belly button is in. We're just going to open the top thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm going to give the weight a break here. I'm going to bring my top leg forward. I'm going to stretch out that bottom leg, and then I'm going to lift that bottom leg. So here we go, inner thigh. We're going to go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So from here, I'm going to grab my lightweight. Apologies for not putting that in place sooner. Good. So coming on to the back, good. I'm going to grab my weight and I'm belly down here. And I'm going to take those weights straight out from the shoulders, straight out from the shoulders. My belly button is in. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift straight up. And you may not go very far. That's okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. From here, when you're ready, take those weights back. Palms are up towards the ceiling. Here's a little bit of tricep work now. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, arms are long, 4, 5, 6. Woo. Last one. Take those arms forward. Good. And I'm at an angle. So I'm kind of taking these at an angle towards the corner of my mat here. So they're not straight ahead. Belly button is in again. And here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release those weights. From here, take your arms forward. We're going to take this into some swimming. So belly button is in, zipping up nice and tight. Good. Let's lift and alternate. So try slow first here, really squeezing the back of the shoulder, squeezing that glute. And then as you've got more control, you can go a little bit faster. We don't want this wild rocking from side to side here. So slow that down if you find yourself going there. And here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down, hands under shoulders, child's pose. Reach. Once you're ready, we're going to take that side series to the other side. So from here, I'll just turn around here. Try to do your legs the same way that you did them on the other side. Same thing with the arm, so you train evenly. If you always do something harder on the stronger side and always something weaker on the weaker side will never get stronger. Okay, you'll always have that imbalance. So always train evenly. Good. Bottom knee can bend, or it can be here. We're going to take that weight right on top, and here we go. 6 times. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now I'm going to bend in, knee comes down, drive through that heel. You go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend both knees here. All right, take this into clam now. Feet are going to stay together. And here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll remove the weight. Top leg's going to come forward. Bottom leg's going to reach nice and long. Belly button is in. Good. Bottom leg lift. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to come back onto our belly. And we're going to use this time to get one nice swan and a quad stretch in here. So taking the hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders, rolling shoulders back, belly button is in. You can take a baby swan, a medium swan, or a high swan here. Shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll take that down nice and slow and controlled, bone by bone on that one. Going into our quad stretch, bending that right knee, reaching around, grabbing. This might be it for some of you. Others reach from the hip to the knee. And others are going to squeeze that right glute and take that right foot up towards the ceiling. And then we'll release. Carefully release with control. We'll take that to the other side. Left leg's going to bend. Left hand's going to come around and grab something. This might be enough. Others reach from hip to knee. And others squeeze that left glute. Take that left foot up towards the ceiling. Careful not to crunch into the back here. And we're going to take that down and slowly release. Hands under the shoulder. Press back. Child's pose. Now from here, once you're ready, we're going to make our way into some side planks. And we're going to add weight to our side planks today. And I'm going to recommend a lighter weight on this one. Notice that that's just a recommendation. If you've got lots of experience and you know you're really strong, you can certainly do a heavier one. But I'm going to do a lighter one. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this lightweight right here. We're going to come to all fours. Good. And I'm going to stay on this left knee. And I'm going to grab my weight from here as I reach this right leg back. So now what I'm going to do, and there's a couple things you can do here. Palms are facing the opposite arm, and I'm going to pull and squeeze and come down. Now, that's one way you can do it. You want a little bit more. Pull, open, and lift. Come back down and come back down. So you're adding rotation to it, and you're adding the lift. Again, we're going to do 6 of these. You choose which one version that you need. Do you need to stay here? It's a little bit easier, or move with me. When you're ready, here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, come onto your knees. Good. Grab your heavier set of weight if you're using those. Otherwise, grab the match to your lightweight. Good. And we're going to take this into biceps. So I'm sitting back on the heels. You can always sit up here. You can sit on your bum, wherever it's more comfortable for you to be. Palms are going to come up. I'm going to keep my elbows low here today, but if you want more challenge, the higher you take the elbow, not exceeding shoulder height, the more challenge you will have. So here we go. Let's do these for 8. So we get 8, 7. Try not to rock with the curl. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Take those down. Take the arms out to the side. Turn the palms back. No bicep stretch there. And when you're ready, we're going to take that side, modified side plank with the row to the other side. So from here, good. Kind of get set up first. It's going to be your right leg that's going to be down. We're going to reach that left leg back. So remember, some of you are just going to stay right here in row. Others are going to follow me with the row, the twist, and the extension. So from here, take it where you're going to take it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. From here, we'll take that down. We'll have a seat, and it's time to stretch. So from here, just take your arms out to the side, take them up overhead, touching the palms together, bend the elbows, squeeze those ears with the biceps. Nice tricep stretch. And then once you're ready, good, we'll take that up. Good. We'll just get, and I'm just gonna kind of lean into this right side. And I'm not on my elbow. I'm right on the forearm here with the left hand. Play with different angles as needed. Not everybody's best stretch is straight across. And then we'll take that to the other side. Leaning into that side. From here, when you're ready, I'm going to take both feet to the left. Now, you can have them just this way, or you can have them in a Z position. Okay, and we're going to go into a mermaid from here. So make sure that you don't have weight in your way. Big inhale, exhale. We're going to take that over. We're going to reach over, reach. If this would feel good to you to lengthen and rotate, reach. Opening up to the side, moving through center, counter stretch over, reaching again, nice long arm here. Coming back up, and then we will rotate. Rolling shoulders back, maybe looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we'll come up and come back to center. We're going to take that to the other side. So feet can be kind of stacked like this, or you can find your Z position. You choose. Big inhale, exhale. Taking that over and reach. Nice long arm, nice long torso. You can stay or you can rotate and reach. Opening back up, moving through center, counter stretch over. And coming back up, tall spine, and we'll rotate, rolling shoulders back. and coming back to center. One final little stretch sequence here. I'm going to take my hands forward. I'm going to reach. I'm going to round, trying to separate the shoulder blades. Nice upper back stretch. And then when you're ready, good. Hands can come behind you. Different things for different people. You can clasp, you can roll the shoulders back and lift. I'm just going to rest my hands on the top of my hip, taking my elbows back here, getting that same stretch right in the front of the shoulder. A little bit of a chest stretch in there as well. And when you're ready, good. We'll just roll those out. Good. And you, my friends, have made it through this session of Pilates Matwork with weights. I hope you got a great workout. And don't be afraid. You can keep taking this class over, adding heavier weights as needed and as appropriate. I don't recommend anything over 8 pounds max as your heaviest weight. And that's certainly not for beginners. So beginners, try not to use any weights in the beginning, work on form, and then add that back in as you improve. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good day.